Welcome back. We're taking another look at our Patreon page. Down at the bottom right, we have a list of the projects that we support. We support each of these at $1 a month. We know that we're not financially keeping these projects online, but our goal is to include a list of projects that we're familiar with that seem worth funding, worth putting money behind. So we're going to focus on those in this series, and today we're going to take a look at Rick's Life as I See It. A friend of ours, originally from, well, we met him when he lived in Rhode Island. He now lives in Indiana, and Rick has lived overseas. He lived in England, and he was a butcher, and just an interesting life. Moved to the United States in Rhode Island. I think Rick might have more CCW permits than anyone else I know due to his circumstances in Rhode Island, and in order to carry. And he went through the diligence of getting the carry legal in each state, and I think he had like 8 CCW permits, so he had very interesting things to talk about. He's also got some mobility issues, so he has a chat on Wednesdays called Rick's Shooting with Disabilities, and then every other Saturdays now, but for a long time every Saturday he did Rick's Life as I See It, and you got to hear Rick's weekly insight on the news, what it's like to be a gun owner, his motivations, his discouragements, and what he was looking forward to. It's also neat that he shared his just regular life stuff, moving to Indiana, the choices, the decisions, and then the follow through and the planning, and everything was neat to see. And I think it's good to as outreach for people to put out their real lives, especially those that are 2A activists, and be able to share just the variety of people that we are in the community. So I'm happy to give Rick a buck and help him out as I can with his efforts to keep a conversation on Second Amendment going every Wednesday and every other Saturday. I thank Rick for being a member and then posting regularly on gun channels, keeping gun channels as part of his projects. That's what keeps the community alive. We're certainly not fanciest software. We're not trying to have a membership paid system or anything to create income. What we're trying to do is create community and keep a conversation focused on Second Amendment issues, so when we need to, we all have a rope that we can pick up and pull in the same direction. Rick has been a part of that for years, and I'm proud to keep him in my list on Patreon, and I encourage you, if you're interested, to give Rick a cup of coffee or even buy him a sandwich each month. That's just a couple of bucks in the grand scheme of things, and it can really add up and accumulate to give Rick some resources and encouragement to continue doing the kind of things he does. And why not see Rick's projects grow? So we'd like to thank you. Give us some feedback about Rick's Life as I See It, Shooting with Disabilities, and Rick's Patreon. If you're a Patreon, let us know. If you're a Patreon of Rick's, let us know. And we want to say thanks to our Patreons, and we give them a discount over at the Gear website store. So that's one way that we're able to say thank you for helping us keep online and growing. Thanks for watching.